Live from the GPW studios in Dudleyville, New York, it is GPW Talk. Now here is your host, the voice of DVW, Tony Sparacio.
Thank you all so much for coming out to the return of GPW Talk. I am your host, the voice of DVW, Apex, and occasionally Second City Dojo, Tony Sparacio, here to get you all the scoop for GPW Winner's Circle, mere days away from going on air. And as you know, this won't be the last time you're hearing my voice this week, as I, Tony Sparacio, will be commentating the pre-show that will take place, that will feature Dustin Kane versus Mike Storm. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. What a match that's going to be. But before we get started, I have some written statements that come from the higher-ups at GPW. First coming from the general manager of both Formula One and Outlaw, the one and only Diane Zinda. And she has an announcement for us. So without further ado, I'm going to get my Diane voice on. I'd like to formally announce that the match type for my match with Kendall Rose will be a no-holds-barred match. I want to make sure that nothing can stop me from beating down Kendall and assuring the firing of those good-for-nothing ingrates. They will rue the day they failed me. I promise you that. What a promise made by Diane Zinda. We'll see if she can fulfill that promise this Sunday at GPW Winner's Circle 4. And with me is my first guest, the one and only Charm City player, Brandon Ace. How are you doing tonight, Brandon?
I'm feeling absolute shit right now because I have to waste my time getting interviewed by the likes of you.
It's a big week, Brandon. What do you gotta do? You gotta promote. This is a big night that's happening this Sunday, Winner's Circle 4, and of course you are gonna be there to participate in the 4-team Tag Team Championship Gauntlet. Now, what is your strategy going in, knowing that you're gonna be starting the gauntlet with the champion Dragon Heroes?
Yes, don't remind me. Well, in any case, our plan for me and Carter is to be aggressive and to beat Dragon Heroes quickly. That way we can move on to the other team. That way we don't have to waste as much energy as we can.
I see. And speaking of the other teams, what are you expecting when stepping in the ring with teams that you have never stepped in the ring with before, such as One Night Stand and Arkham Asylum?
Okay, first, with One Night Stand, also you probably need to contradict yourself. I actually have stepped in the ring with one of them, being Jester, and it seems like his new partner, Demented. Jesus Christ, this is like his third partner. For the love of God, this man cannot keep a partner to save his life. It's like, it's the consistency. It seems like every partner he gets, they leave him for singles careers. Something tells me if they don't win the titles, Demented might be the next one to leave. Ugh. Now, as for Arkham, they're out of their minds if they think they are going to win this gauntlet and take those tag team titles. Because there's no way in hell that the Charm City Kings are going to let either One Night Stand or Arkham come out of here with those lovely and precious GPW tag titles.
I see. Now, speaking about Arkham, we've there's a bit of a trend going on at Winner Circle 4. You have Kyle Young and Finn Brooks in a match together for the U.S. title. You have Riley Wolf and Kirk Carter for the Intercontinental Champion, and of course, Arkham and Charm City Kings. Why do you think Winner Circle truly has become Arkham versus Pinnacle?
Well, the way I see it, Arkham is just jealous that we have gold and, well, they don't. Well, to be fair, the Pinnacles of Wrestling took pretty much two of their championships away from them at the last pay-per-view.
Let's see. And final question for you, Brandon. What does GPW Season 5 look like for Brandon Ace and the Pinnacle of Wrestling?
Well, I would say somewhere in Season 5, it's looking bright, depending what happens in Winter Circle, because expect a lot of changes, especially when it comes to me and my partner. I believe Finn Brooks will retain his U.S. title, along with Siler Jordan still being the undisputed champion. But if, and this is a big if, a percentage that Caleb does, and I mean does, win the undisputed championship, which is probably not going to happen, you're probably going to have to throw my name in the hat down the road for that belt.
And why exactly do you think you would be worthy of a GPW Undisputed Championship opportunity?
Well, for starters, if you catch Outlaw a couple of weeks ago, I beat Caleb James one-on-one. I made him tap out. So that who was, well, let's be honest, he won the Royal Rumble and he won the Money in the Bank. So if he does become undisputed champion, I'm coming for him. But I'm a patient person. I'm not gonna go rushing in like crazy. See, that's the problem with most people. They're all about now, now, now. With me, I'm all about taking my time and waiting for my opportunity and then striking.
I see. Well, I think that's all the time we have for you, Brandon Ace. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck this Sunday at Winter Circle.
I don't need luck, but thanks.
Man, Brandon Ace can be quite the stick in the mud. But we're going to waste no time in getting into our next interview. And here with me at this time is the current DVW Legacy Champion, Cody Hagan. How are you doing today, Cody?
Finally, Cody Hagan debuts on the talk show for GPW.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited, folks. Excuse yourself, but yeah, today's been a good day. It's a nice day in Miami, Florida. You know, I flew from Wville, New York.
Yep. Now let's get into the questions. Let's start right off with these questions. Let's not linger any time, and we'll get right into the first question. How do you feel about retaining your DVW Legacy Champion from last Sunday at Silent Night, Deadly Night, retaining against Johnny Farmer? And how do you feel about knowing that this Sunday you will be making history?
I mean, of course, I retained my championship, but it didn't come without a bit of a controversy, right? Because a certain person returned to chokeslam Johnny Farmer out of this cult of DVW. That was Siler Jordan. And I pinned him for the 1, 2, 3, and then when I actually held up my championship, he comes from behind You know what? No. When Table Talk comes, I'll tell you how I do feel about what happened at Asylum I did when I. That is DPW Table Talk. And Tracy, yeah, I do feel happy. I do feel happy that last Friday night on NXW, I beat you twice. Let's be a submission. Come Winter Circle 4, I'm going to make history of being the first person in GPW history to defend a non-GPW title on the biggest stage of them all. I'm making history. I'm breaking a record. Shock the system.
Yeah. So what's your strategy this Sunday against Tracy? What is your strategy going into Miami this Sunday?
What strategy? It's a last man standing match where it's no disqualification, no pinfalls, no submission, just a referee in hand to call a 10 count. I can use weapons. I can put you through a table, and you know how much Larry Wolf feels when there's a table around. He goes nuts. I'm gonna put you through that table. I'm gonna knock your ass out. I'm gonna make you bleed with bats, chairs, and hell, a sledgehammer. I'll move some turnbuckle paddings to knock some sense in your skull. That's my planned strategy come Winter Circle 4 this Sunday.
And with it being no disqualifications in your match, are you worried at all about the Reckless Mafia getting involved?
Oh no, I'm not worried. If they do show up, one by one, brick by brick, they'll all fall down. Courtesy of yours truly. Because I'll take down E.Y. Roberto. I'll take down Franco Ricci. I'll take down Cashman. Hell, if Alexia shows up, that's going to be a dividing war between family versus lover.
And if your sister, Alexia Hagen, sides with her husband, Christian, and tries to get involved, will you actually put your hands on your own sister?
Let's just say I don't know if I'll make another breaking record in GPW history. I'll make the locker room pissed off. I ever put my hands on my sister. Hell, okay, maybe if she does decide to kick me in the groin, I may have to force some retaliation on her. Maybe I'll give her a dose of reality.
Well, final question for you, Cody Hagen. What is GPW Season 5 gonna look like for you?
You did say Season 5, but let's talk about currents, like the current season that I've been put through. I mean, let's all be honest. When the start of Season 5 happened, y'all saw me cut the promo that I did. I had last year one of the worst years of my life after losing the GPW Championship. Back to Omari. It was Daisuke Kenichiro. Yeah. I've been on a slow and steady decline last year. It's kind of it was like an up and down Season 5 where I beat K-Dog in a tables match. Yeah, but when I fought Jeff Matthews, I get screwed. I get screwed over my first pay-per-view match of 2020 in GPW. I get screwed over by Wiley Wolf's Arco member, Lee Anderson. The Core, who is a forgotten team, to be honest, picked me. But the one image that I think you should know is the one image that keeps going in my mind every single day is Duke and Shaw putting me through a barricade. It's that image a fuse inside me. But that fuse had a time clock. For the past 6 months, it's been like a ticking time bomb was about to fucking explode. Back in September, you know what? When Syndico merged with Reckless and Anarchy, I think that's when the ticking time bomb went the fucking fuse. And I lit the fuse on Table Talk. Season 4 through September through December, I changed the landscape of who I was. I reinvented myself. Season 4, I lit a fuse. I changed for the better. I've won championship, and I still got those belts to this day. But Season 5, you're gonna see something you've probably never seen from yours truly. And that's gonna be the one belt that's been eluding me through this season. Season 5, no doubt about it. I'm gonna join Daisuke Kenichiro on that list. Triple Crown winners. I'm going hunting for the Intercontinental Championship once again.
Interesting. That's going to be a main goal for you come GPW Season 5. Well, we can't wait to see if you are going to be able to be on that goal. Well, thank you so much for coming out to the DVW studios here in Dudleyville. Good luck this Sunday, and thanks for coming. And what an interview with the current DVW Legacy Champion. Now, before we get our next guest on out here, I want to make sure that Cody is out of the building because our next guest is his opponent. I want to make sure there's no altercation that happens in this studio. Is he out? All right, good. And here we are with our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only underboss of the Reckless Mafia, Christian Tracy. How are you doing today, Christian?
Well, it's about time I get on something like this here. You never know. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and I never got the call, so I might as well just make the shot.
Glad to have you on. We're gonna go right into the questions. First one being, how does it feel being in such a historic match? You and Cody Hagan are going to be challenging for the DVW Legacy Champion. The first time ever a non-GPW title is being defended on a GPW show. How does it feel being in such a historic match?
Honestly, I have no idea what to think, because this is basically, I believe, my second winner circle. Because last year, if I could recall, or last time I recall, I was in an Intercontinental Championship. I was in a ladder match for a specific title, and all of a sudden, I ended up almost breaking my neck on the ladder. And all of a sudden, that's the last thing I remember. So basically, this is my second chance to redeem myself at Winner Circle, and that's the first thing I'm going to do. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get that Legacy Championship and actually bring some heritage to the DVW and GPW name in this community right here.
Interesting. Now, as you know, your match with Cody Hagan is going to be a last man standing match. Now, do you have a specific strategy going into the match at all?
Well, it goes a little something like this. You always got a weekend. You have to find the weakness. And for Cody, it's always that running knee that he's been doing, and to do that whole low blow thing that he always does in the middle of that square circle. And you know, I always found that a bit of a cheat move, and that's why I always see Cody. Sometimes he always finds a way to cheat himself to get the victory. And with this whole running knee, you have to find a way to dodge that move. And basically with me, all I can do is just trying to take out that knee right there so he doesn't connect it on me. Because basically, he's just trying to get his way up to the top. There ain't no way he can defeat me. I have the advantage in submissions. I have an electric chair driver right there. And basically, all I have to do is hit him with that multiple times, and then it's just a simple win right there.
Interesting there. Now let's delve into the more personal aspects of this match. Cody Hagan, of course, being your brother-in-law, you are married to his sister Alexia Hagan. How are the Hagans feeling about this? How is your wife feeling about this gritty and personal rivalry that is basically, from what I've seen, been tearing your family in two?
A couple of weeks ago, even before this whole thing started, I asked her on whose side she on. She apparently is going on my side. She's supporting the loved one right here. Because Cody, let's see here. I'm gonna break character right here. On an episode of NXW, I could recall you got betrayed by a certain someone. And I know you know on who I'm talking about right here. And that I can't remember what the group was called, but you know what I mean, Cody. You were the only one that have been trying to get to the top. Who was there to guide you and actually try to be there for you in every match we were? Me. And what do I get in return? Nothing. Who was the one that actually tried to get the tag titles? Me. So basically, you might have gotten it the first time, but who's the one that got it the second time for us? Me. And what have I get in return? Nothing. I get on the sidelines. I get on the sidelines while you had to get to the top. So that is why I had to make my move to show you who the superior one was. You basically have left the group that had your back for almost a year now. And now all of a sudden you decide to you decide to leave, go on your own terms. And Ash basically puts me as the underboss of the group Reckless. We do not take things lightly, Cody. The one thing that you have to remember, and that's from Farango, is that we don't take things lightly. This is on your turn, and this is basically your fault. So basically, I had to finish on what you started.
Interesting. Now, final question I have for you, Christian. What does GPW Season 5 look like for you?
Well, basically, I'm thinking about how we signing a deal with them for Season 5. Basically, for Season 5, I am not even gotten a shot because with the whole Devourer thing going on, that was basically the old me. Now that he's gone out of the system, I'm now focused on Reckless and Cody. First thing for Season 5 is to get that DVW Legacy Championship, bring the heritage to DVW and GPW name, and basically, once Season 5 starts and going through it, it's all about me. And I know after Season 5 and once Season 5 is going, it's going to be about me and me only, with my girl by my side and Reckless by my side. There ain't no way going to be stopping me.
Well, we'll see if you can hold those promises both at Winter Circle 4 and for the next season. Thank you so much for your time, Christian Tracy. I wish you luck for your match at Winter Circle, and have a good day, sir.
There ain't going to be luck. I know I'm going to win, but you have a good one, too.
Cody Hagan versus Christian Tracy is definitely looking like a must-watch match. But we're going to focus back on the tag team gauntlet with our next guest. And joining me now is a member of the Asylum and a man that will be participating in the tag team gauntlet this Sunday at GPW Winter Circle, the one and only Wicked One, Eric Deville. How are you doing tonight, Eric? Well, that's definitely something. Let's get into. Hello there. Let's waste no little time. Let's save the pageantries because I'm kind of frightened. Let's get into our first question. Why did you actually attack Charm City all those weeks ago? If I can fast forward back 3 weeks prior, Charm City was invoking their rematch clause against Dragon Heroes on Formula One. and you and Lee Anderson decided to attack Charm City Kings during their title match. Now, why is that exactly?
Do you know the game of karma? Karma is a very, very fun game to play. Brandon Ace and his big bad tag team partner, they've been insulting the ways of the Asylum, calling us, what was it, weak, annoying, a bunch of cosplayers. Well, the Bane and I were instructed to put them out of their misery, to, what was it, put their money where their mouth is, and to shut them up so we can prove that the Asylum isn't just a bunch of cosplayers. We are more than that. We are proving to be the most dangerous group of individuals GPW has ever seen. And look what it's gotten us now. Look what it's gotten us now.
Now, let's delve into the Asylum. Let's delve into Arkham Asylum itself. What is it like being a part of the Asylum? Of course, you're a founding member, so you, of all people, would know the Asylum more than anyone. What is it like being in the Asylum?
Well, one thing is for sure. The Asylum will definitely change a person. Take for me, I was down in the ashes of my own failure. I let the inner side of me take over. A battle that I've been fighting for throughout the entirety of this year. But when I set foot in that asylum, I felt a feeling that I didn't feel in a long time. I felt home. And when I met the other inmate, it was like meeting a new family. But little did I know, this family would change my career in GPW once again. And now, for the second time in my career, I am in Winner's Circle. And I have the chance to prove to the entire world that I am once again not to be messed with. But the only difference is, I am a part of something bigger. I am a part of something that will take over GPW. They just don't know it yet. They just don't know it yet.
Now, let's talk about that match specifically. If you win this Sunday, if you last through all 4 teams and win the gauntlet, you, Eric DeVille, become the first ever GPW Grand Slam champion. First person to ever win a world title, Intercontinental or United States title, tag title, and hardcore and or cruiserweight champion. What does it feel like knowing that you could possibly make history this Sunday?
Well, it will feel bittersweet. I will admit that. See, once upon a time, I did make history. Back when I was younger. Back when I was weaker. But this is a whole new ball game. See, if I do become a Grand Slam champion, I will make history once again. But it won't be just an accolade for the name Eric DeVille. It will be an accolade for the Asylum as a whole. It won't just be the Joker's victory. It will be the Bane's victory. It will be the Deadshot's victory. It will be the Riddler's victory. But at the end of the day, I will be the one that brings us the Asylum to glory. And I will be the one that provides the spark that will lead to the Asylum truly taking over GPW. And then, sooner or later, not only will we have the tag team gold, we will have all the gold. And maybe, just maybe, I could finally tie up some loose ends.
Now let's talk about season 5. What is season 5 gonna be like? Not only for Eric DeVille, but for the Asylum as a whole.
It's just like I said before. We will take over. We will win all the gold. We will prove that the Asylum isn't to be messed with. You see, the entire world thinks that we're just a bunch of cosplayers. But in reality, we are just a group of unique individuals that just love to express our true selves. And if that means what other people say by putting on certain costumes and playing a bunch of characters, then then let us play. Let us play with these people. Let us dance around this ring as we destroy our opposition. We take their titles, we take their pride, we take their confidence until GPW as a whole turns into the Arkham Asylum. And that is truly beautiful. It's all coming together now. Just you wait. Just you wait. This started with the Joker. And when it's all said and done, it will end with all of us laughing.
Well, thank you so much for that, Eric. It was definitely something. Thank you for your time. I wish you luck this Sunday. Well, I think the lights are back on, ladies and gentlemen. Eric DeVille, I believe, is out of the building, and I have soiled myself. Now, before we get into our final interview of the night, which will be over the phone, of course, while we get her on the phone, I have a written statement from the owner of GPW himself, Elias Zinda, and it goes as follows. For the record, Mr. Riley Wolf is following in his father's footsteps, who I may or may not have had affiliations with, into letting his past decide his future. Mr. Costanza was a man who allowed himself to be passed on by and would not adapt to the changes that were happening to the world. Allegedly, he didn't see that the mob life was no longer profitable. It was business and companies that were the real leaders, and from what I understand, those underneath him were more forward-thinking than he was. And of course, allegedly, took matters into their own hands and made sure he could no longer slow down the process. Or so I've heard. Riley is the same way. He doesn't see that the forward-thinking move is to have Kirk Carter or someone like him as champion in GPW. Someone who can be a face for the company that is presentable, not as so-called scrappy fighter. That is the change that is needed, and change is good. Silas, of course, referring to Riley Wolf's own father, Giuseppe Costanza, the former Don of the Mafia, was of course, again, allegedly, we don't know all the details, but was overthrown by his own underboss, Ricardo Ricci, and was sent to prison for the numerous amounts of crimes that he evaded for so many years. It was his underboss and his underboss's wife, who was a Spanish immigrant cop, that put him away. That we know for a fact, that Ricardo Ricci's own wife was involved in the arrest and prosecution of Giuseppe Costanza, which rumor on the street is he is finally going to be put out on bail sometime this month. But that's all just speculation. Nothing is set in stone, ladies and gentlemen. And I think we're ready for our final guest. She has just picked up the phone, and we're going to go to her right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have now on the phone the current GPW Women's Champion, the one and only Andrea. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Now I'm here to give you the interview of a lifetime, and I'm gonna start with how well you've done this season, and I'm here to ask you what has made you one of the fastest rising stars all this season. You went from beating a record-breaking championship reign in Kendall's European Championship reign, defeating Diane in the Chamber, I believe it was, to become the GPW Women's Champion, and you're practically main eventing Winner Circle. What has brought you to this moment, Andrea?
Well, first of all, it's a couple things, right? It's called the look and it's called conditioning. So when you look at me, you look at someone that you wouldn't typically think is a main eventer. You wouldn't typically think of someone like me that can wrestle, but I have dog walked some of the biggest names here in the GPW women's division all around the ring. And the fact of the matter is, I am the head bitch of this division. Conditioning, when you think about the conditioning, I condition these bitches to lay down for me. I condition these bitches to understand who is the better female in this division. So after I beat it into them, they lay down, I get the pin, and I get the win. When I first came to this division, I told the GPW universe exactly what it was. My favorite color is gold. I look great dripping in gold. And my mission coming here was to win as much gold as I saw fit and possible. These women are making it very easy for me to do exactly what I need to do, when I need to do it, and how I'm going to do it.
Certainly not lacking confidence. Now let's talk about your
It's
match.
there.
Exactly. Let's talk about your match at Winner Circle against Eva Cyanide, the former champion, the one who lost her belt in the Rumble. What's your strategy going into this match with Eva, knowing that this is her rematch for the title that she never got pinned for, and the fact that last time you two stepped in the ring, actually, you lost to Eva. What's your strategy going into Winner Circle, knowing all of that?
You love to bring up the past. The past is exactly where the past is going to be, behind me. Me and Eva faced each other when I first got here. I was a bit intimidated with her because she had been here for a while. Truth be told, I've grown. Eva is a striker. So I'm going to mollywop her ass around the ring a couple times, drag her here, drag her there, tire her out, and then I'm going to hit her, knock her out, and pin her 1, 2, 3. Eva's good. I will not take that from her. She was a great champion. And it sucked the way that she lost her title. But what's even more unfortunate is that she has to face me for her rematch. I'm not. I am not a lightweight in that ring. I am not like anything she's faced before. I'm going to wear her out. And I promise you, it's going to be a show, baby.
It definitely is going to be a show. One other question about your match with Eva. Of course, Eva is alpha. one of the most dominant factions all season in GPW. Are you worried about any alpha interference in the match, knowing how they are?
Sweetie, what's your name? Tell me your name.
I'm Tony Sparacio, of course.
Tony, I'm the only alpha bitch in this division. I'm not worried about either one of those people. I can't even name anyone. Actually, alpha's so far out of my distance that I'm not worried about neither one of them. But I will warn those bitches, if you do get involved in my match, I'm coming for you. I do not, and I can promise you, I do not take lightly to bullshit. So fuck with me if you want to. I can promise you things will not end lightly in that match for you or my opponent.
Interesting. Keeping the women's division on lock, it seems. Now, fast forwarding after Winter Circle, what does season 5 look like for Andrea?
Listen, I came in mid-season, right? And I feel like I've accomplished so much. I love to really relish in my own entity. I've definitely come in. I've made a name for myself. Whether you like it, love it, whether it's different or indifferent, I'm here. So I definitely intend on taking season 5 to the next level. It's going to be Andrea dripping in more gold. Hopefully I enter as champion. If not, that's fine too, because I'm that bitch every woman designs themselves to be like. I am that bitch that sits so high up on the pedestal that I look down and see other people clawing to get to where I am. I am that bitch. I was that bitch. And do you know what? I will forever be that bitch. In season 5, baby, season 5 will be no different than season 4 because I started off from the bottom. Now I'm here. I'm going to stay here and drag every bitch just like I've done to get to where I am today. There.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Thank you so much for your time, Andrea. I wish you luck at your match at Winter Circle, and I wish you luck in GPW Season 5.
Thank you so much.
Well, Andrea versus Eva for the GPW Women's Champion is definitely looking like one of the matches to be excited for. And that's going to be all the time we have for you here at GPW Talk. I'd like to thank the administration here at GPW for letting me be on their broadcast, hosting their talk show, and being able to commentate the pre-show. I'm excited for the pre-show. I'm excited for GPW Winter Circle. So, for everybody in the back, I'm Tony Sparacio. We'll see you this Sunday at GPW Winter Circle 4.
Turn the lights down low.
Turn the beat back on.
Turn the lights down low.
Turn the beat back on.
Turn the lights down low.
Turn the beat back on.
Turn the lights down low.
Turn the beat back on.
Lights down. Turn the lights down low. Lights down. Turn the lights down. Marty. Lights down. Turn the lights down low. Lights down. Turn the lights down. Marty. Beat back. 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 Beat back.
The party never ends. In a motel land with my sands. Yeah. I'm trying to get revenge. You'll be all out of love in the end.
Spent 10 hours on this flight, man. Told the pilot ain't no flight plans. Can't believe whatever I'm saying. And they know whenever I land. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fuck the club up. Fuck the club up. Bitch. Fuck the club up. Fuck the club up. Bitch. Fuck the club up. Fuck the club up. Fuck the club up. Fuck the club up. Yeah.
The party never ends. In a motel land with my sands. Yeah. I'm trying to get revenge. You'll be all out of love in the end.
Bison Centennial man, put the city on slam. She get trippy off Zans, lost 21 grams, and she did it on cam. Wasn't no video dance, make my own rules. I really don't pick, I just choose. I don't set picks, I just shoot. Chopping is screwed. I told her it's BYOB. That mean buy your own boobs. Put it on God. He the one to put me on top. Can't be put in a box, gotta move on the ops. Never got the move on the drop. Niggas tryna move on the sky and move that deep. Tryna run down shit steep. Gotta act the fool with the squad, next city, no sleep. Back to the 713.
Spent 10 hours on this flight, man. Told the pilot ain't no flight plans. Can't believe whatever I'm saying. And they know whenever I land. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, bitch. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, bitch. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, fuck the club up, fuck the club up. Yeah.
Heartbreak Hotel. Bet you can't take no L's. Plug like AOL. Who said that I ain't gon' sell? Hand me the HSL. She said I got a nigga. I said I ain't gon' tell. Buy by the pound so it ain't no scale. I'm sick of the drink, the flipping the paint, dripping the grain, whipping the tank. My niggas gon' flame. Bitch, I'm with gang. Got your bitch on the plane.
Spent 10 hours on this flight, man. Told the pilot ain't no flight plans. Can't believe whatever I'm saying. And they know whenever I land. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, bitch. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, bitch. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, fuck the club up, fuck the club up. Yeah.
The party never ends.
Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, bitch. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, bitch. Fuck the club up, fuck the club up, fuck the club up, fuck the club up.
The party never ends.
Family function, ain't no friends. Had a line around my ends, turned them into M's. Why you tryna make amends? What's that smell is heaven sent? Like I drop shit out the wind, dodging hell and sins. I can go back there again.